Scorpios, hello, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi, my friends, how are you? I hope everyone is safe and well. We already pulled a couple of cards for you, and we're here to do your reading today. And it's a timeless reading, so whenever it reaches you, it's yours at that time, and you can just go back to any video, and if the title resonates with you, no matter if it's your sign or not, just go ahead and watch it, because there's probably a message in there for you. Trust yourself, trust your gut. You'll know what's for you. All right, that's that. If you stay till the end of the video, there's a short clip attached that will show you what your extended is about, or a little bit. Also, I attached like a little, how do you say, explanation or something like that, you know, how what I believe your extended is about and what sums it up. So you can choose whether you would like to follow us over to Ribbon and Vimeo or Patreon. Those are your options. Okay, I'll explain at the end of the reading what these platforms are about again for you. All right, let's hop into your reading, Scorpios. You have discernment. And by the way, if you would like to have a look at Instagram at Universal Power Tarot at the cards, it's really interesting because it is a straight line down here, but it's across the board. It's like that, right? It's like that. I don't know, is that diagonal? I thought that was diagonal, but something like that. It's like that, right? Because this is significant here for your reading and expression. I can see already. I'll read that one right after discernment for you. So discernment. The earthly meaning is the books, films, and people you choose to spend time with subtly feed your beliefs about how the world works. Choosing good food means your body can absorb all the nutrients it needs for optimal health. The same applies for the information and attitudes you surround yourself with. Be selective about the movies, books, and conversations you have. Give yourself the opportunity to absorb higher thinking, greater visions, and deeper love. Spiritual meaning is breathe in the Divine Mother's deep love for this world. Surround yourself with the works of peace and compassion. Take on the beauty and joy of living. Increase your concentration of love, and it will naturally flow out into the world from high to low, following the channels to where it is needed most. The energy you foster in yourself and in the world is a choice. Be selective. Choose love. Yeah, I like that. Okay, good. And then I would immediately like to read to you expression. The other ones I can't see it because they're flipped upside down. And it says, express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly, without fear or judgment. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. Indeed, indeed. All right, so let's see. Sorry, I'm a bit bummed out. I still wanted to do your reading because I have to stop the channel in the current format. You'll see all about that in the video that I will have already posted by the time your reading is coming out. But I'm going to have to stop what I'm doing in the format right now. So I'm a bit bummed out, but again, I still want to do your reading. So a bit bummed out is a little bit underrated too, how that makes me feel. Okay. Expression, yeah, I'm expressing to you how I feel. Jesus, life takes you somewhere to places you never thought was possible, especially after such a long stretch of like investment. And that's what it may be also true for your reading here, because that's often what happens. What I'm going through is very much reflected in the readings all the time. That's also what I said in the explanation video. This is a lifestyle. Like I'm fully transforming all the time, and all your guys' energy, all the other energies, because this is a full-time job. Like doing the readings is only like a fraction of what I really do in the background with all the working to be able to then transport the stuff in the readings. But anyways, the 10 of coins, that's amazing. There's a lot of stability here for you. It's interesting because we have this kind of like he's in a bad mood. That octopus here, he's just like, oh my God, leave me alone. And then there's all these children around him, and they just love him so much, and they don't mind his grumpiness at all. It's just they love him so freaking much. And that's Oh my God. To some of you, that could be your children that we're talking about that give you such a sense of stability, you know, and such a sense of groundedness here too. To others, it's just like the angels that surround you. You know how we have those bigger angel babies, you know, the thicker ones. They're so cute. And they're just there surrounding you, right? And it's almost like comforting you here. You'll find a new anchor is what this one is speaking to me strongly. You'll find a new anchor, and some of you may indeed be in a transitioning process, like from one thing to the next, that promises to give a lot of stability, and some of you may have arrived there already. All right. Oh, Six of Wands. Six of Wands. That's a different kind of an energy. She's like almost looking up at the octopus, but then to the side. She's very content. It's a different environment. We're still in the watery kind of a sense here, right? Because we have the fish here and the octopus. So that's really in the watery realms, which is the emotional world here. Can also sometimes represent the subconscious, what's going on in the subconscious. And it looks like there's light coming in, though, when you use your discernment, because this one is, like I said, kind of grumpy. And as soon as you leave, be a lot more selective of what you allow into your sphere. It'll become much more light here for you, and much more harmonious too. It also denotes to a leadership position here. What else, please, for Scorpios? Like, what I'm getting with that one also is she's using her tools wisely. It's not gender specific, right? It's just as much male as it is female. I'm just reading the energies of the cards. Whoa, I've never had that one before. That's the Queen of Cups. She was never out. See that? And we're still in the water. It's like all of a sudden there is movement that's happening with that, and it's right underneath discernment here, and it's just up, 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 up. That is such a cool card. And she's surrounded also by the seals. Like, all of these people are incredibly surrounded by other beings. So there's a strong sense, although you may be feeling alone at times, they're all there to assist you no matter what your circumstances are here, Scorpio. You are so surrounded by so much love. It's also a thing to tap into that, right? For example, in meditation, I've been preaching for a month about this because I found the impact tremendously helpful for my life. As soon as you tap into that love and light, that's extremely nurturing, especially when you come to a certain point in your spiritual journey where stuff is falling away that you may used to enjoy, and now you can no longer do it because it's no longer nurturing or relaxing. Matter of fact, it takes energy away from you. So in my particular case, like watching TV or watching movies is not so nourishing anymore, and I'm upset about that. I'm like, I lost that. I really, and plus it's so easy, right? You just sit there and you just kind of shut down. But now it's like I can feel it. Read books, like be creative, be out in nature. Like meditate. Those are the nurturing things to the soul. And that's what I feel she's realizing here, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is also associated with artistic endeavors here, and how they're going to be very successful. But she's also pointing up to discernment. It's like she's using her discernment, and she is like the ruler of her emotions here. And she knows that there's a lot of support around. And of course, again, she's expressing how she's feeling, right? Because she's good at that. She's comfortable in all of her emotions. This is, if you want to look up Richard Grannon, I attached all the channels that I find very helpful to, when you go on the channels page, on my channels page, you'll see which channels. And the first channel I attach is Richard Grannon, and he's talking about emotional literacy, how you can become emotional literate again. So check that out, because that's the one thing. It's also the one thing in manifestations, when you're not aware of your inner guidance system, what Abraham Hicks also talks about, or Esther Hicks. What's the Abraham Hicks? So Esther Hicks is talking about, or Abraham through Esther Hicks. That's that, being guided by your emotional system here, and it looks like you're figuring it out. Thanks. Yeah. And there must have been a heartbreak for you with the Three of Swords here. Definitely. There must have been a heartbreak or a feeling of not feeling good. Maybe even closing your heart down, because when you close your heart down, also everything else has a really hard time in coming in because there is a block. And now we're coming to mind heart coherence, where you can look up Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has incredible things, and I'm going to shortly make a video, or by the time this comes out I may have already made it, where he has a box meditation. It's incredible because it takes you from one emotional state to a completely different emotional state where it is being resolved. So your consciousness, you already take it there, which you can do, and then you're pulling your body along. It's very interesting, and I really recommend it. So Dr. Joe Dispenza box meditation. But yeah, I'll make a video on that and attach the link to that one. So that's that. When we're closing the heart chakra again, and this comes through hurt. We're not doing it like one day to the next and being like, oh yeah, I'm going to close that one today. You can see it because your relationships are starting to become a little weird, or again, manifestations are not coming in for you. We have abundance blocks, relationship blocks, that sort of a thing, and that needs to be resolved here. But for that, you need to go into your emotions and tell people how you really feel. Yeah, Page of Swords. See that? With a little, what's it called? Desert fox. Yeah, it's so cool because, and again, he does have a little friend here. And the Page of Swords comes across as extremely smart to me with that card. Like extremely smart, like with a mind, like really using the mind-heart coherence. Dr. Joe Dispenza also, mind-heart coherence. That is so important. Also collectively, learning how to use the mind, learning how to connect with your heart again, and then allowing these two to have a conversation and going up and down, listening to the heart, using the mind when necessary, and no longer allowing the mind to play tricks on you, because this is what often makes us so grumpy, either because we're stuck in the past or because we're worrying about something that's going to happen in the future, and that kind of messes things up for us in the now, which is so sucky, right? I hate that, especially when you're waking up in the morning having those thoughts already. You're waking up, first thing is like, and you're just like, what on earth, right? What on earth? Please, I don't want these thoughts. And this takes some practice to rearrange that and to understand that you are indeed the master here, Scorpio, of your thoughts, of your mental realm here. It's super important, that one is. And you seem to be learning about that. Thanks. Yeah. Learning about it. The Hierophant. Wow. Now this can talk about a high-level commitment, and it's also an invitation here with that particular deck. It's just like it's inviting you. That's the higher wisdom that's calling you in. You are ready, Scorpio, to receive just that wisdom here. Yeah. It's an illumination of some sorts, because also the Page of Swords here to me comes across as a seeker, but he's turned towards the past. So it's really like digging up in the past, a lot of stuff that may make you grumpy, living in the past, because that's what happened. We keep playing the same movie over and over again, and that's where Dr. Joe Dispenza's box meditation is really, really helpful, because you can break it, but it takes practice. It's not going to happen from one day to the next. With some things it may, right? But with others, it may take some time. And there's a need to be committed to that. There's also self-worth here involved, where it's just like, honey, you are worth it. You are worth taking that time for yourself, right? You are so worth it. And what you can do, what I find really helpful, if you do have a child that you love very much, or somebody else in your life, a pet, for example, that you love very much, or a person, you can look at them in such a loving way and transport that out. And when you have that feeling, right, then you turn it around and use it on yourself. Then you say exactly the same nice things that you just said in your mind to that person, to your pet, or to whomever, and turn them around, apply them on yourself. This is interesting, because then you already are in that vibration of complete love, complete expansiveness, right? And then you're bringing it back to yourself and being like, oh, I need to be to myself that way also, not just to other people. And it's great, keep that on others, right? But also love yourself in just that way. You are worth it. And you're also worth sticking to what you have committed yourself to the seeking process, to the do not give up here, Scorpio. Keep going, keep pushing here. Could also denote to a great spiritual leader that you may become, yeah, one of these, this one, yeah. No. One of these days. Or one of these years, however long this takes, right? We never really know. With spirit, we never really know. So you have the Two of Swords, and then you have the Emperor. So this is really taking charge of the situation here and understanding a couple of things. Yeah, it's like a stairway that takes us down, but the second time is a lot less scary, and you know a lot more about yourself and about the world. There's a greater understanding that is coming in. This is so cool. Have a look. We have the water again. This time this is above ground though, right? Same with the Page of Swords. It's above ground. And that one actually built the nest between these two swords. You would think that that wouldn't be a smart idea, right? Because it can rip apart at any time. And it is a card that calls you to make a decision. It's like you cannot build your nest in between here, right? It's you need to find like a different ground. You need to come to a different conclusion here. And of course, swords, that's the mind. And that's the third sword card we have. So this is strongly in the mental. It almost looks like he didn't realize that bird because he had a blindfold on what he was doing, but he did know what he was doing in a way, right? Maybe he couldn't have seen the swords, but he kind of knew. You know, you can feel the tension. You can feel it out. Which one shall it be? How do you choose, Scorpio? And that one's looking straight up at the females here, at the gorgeousness. So it's also a sense of divine feminine and divine masculine internally, right? And also alchemical processes that are being understood. And we had it, I think it was in the last energy reading that we did, where they were talking about ancient science and alchemy, because that's what that looks like to me right now. And this is really you taking charge, Scorpio, here of your life and understanding also where your own emotions come from. And when we talk about emotions, that's clearly the divine feminine within ourselves, right? So this is like the Emperor, understanding that a bit better. And you may have had troubles in your childhood with a male figure that didn't understand your emotions, or where you kind of had to suppress your emotions. And Scorpio, you're a water sign, so and you really go deep, so that is definitely something that is hard to take on a child when they just want to go deep, when they have all these really deep, profound emotions, right? And this is healing your masculine and a call to healthy action, a call not to like plow over your emotions, but really, yeah, that was it, a call to not plow over your emotions, but really to dive gently into your own internal world and into your emotions, my sweethearts. Okay, so I'm not going to leave you like that. Like I said, we're going to take this over to the extended, but I'm going to draw an angels and ancestors card for you here as well, my sweethearts. And you can either choose Ribbon or Vimeo for single extended, or you can head over to Patreon, although I don't know how much longer that option is going to be available, because like I said, I have to make those changes to the channel, so I may not be able to offer the sign readings any longer, but I will be doing collective readings. So you have the Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within, all right? And you'll see a preview, like I said, of the extended. I'm going to attach that one here, okay? Magic Guardian. Here we are. Unlock the magic within. Stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. Yep, indeed. Magic with a K is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The Magic Guardian is a representation of the angel of magic who helps you direct your will to bring something into creation. She's the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She's the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you've been searching for an answer or a reason to focus, recognize that all you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with a capacity to direct your intentions and will your desire into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it, your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen, Emperor, right? Is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize now. All right, all right. Okay, my sweethearts, all the links that you need for your extended if you wish to know more and about your blockages and how you can resolve them and how your path is going to unfold here according to that reading, just follow us over there. All right, I hope this was helpful to you. Much, much love, my friends. I'll see you over there next time. Bye. Right? And express yourself here, Scorpio. Let it out. Like, don't hold it back. Don't hold it in. We need more people that express themselves in such a way. It is so, so freaking important. Then we have the Seven of Stones with healing here. And that is indeed the healing. That's also the meditation I was talking about. And recently that card revealed a bit more to me, which is the feminine and the masculine. And she is already healed, right? That's that. She's already that beautiful nurturer and creator here in her full self-expression, no less. She's conjuring the primordial soup here and whatever wants to come out of that, but it's highly fertile ground that this is falling on: ideas, projects, self-work, very fertile ground. And she's taken that masculine along because often the divine feminine heals first and then takes the masculine along energetically, right? So the masculine then gets up and starts to take action with the emperor here too.